Greetings ladies and gents, Ilzy from Even Sent here, welcome to my channel. So today we've got the full review of Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Le Parfum. Now I'd like to start off with saying thank you to my subscribers. I hope you've been liking the content so far, and to those people viewing my content and not subscribed yet, please do. I'm almost at 100 subscribers and looking forward to getting to that number. It's so damn close. Anyway, on to the review. So basically, I've already had a few wearings of this fragrance, and well, after my first impression, at least I got a good idea about this fragrance now. So I'm going to do something that I normally don't do, and I'm just going to spray this on a very ghetto test strip. Pretty bad, I know. Good smelling. So let's go with the notes of this fragrance. At the top, you are getting grapefruit and cannabis. At the heart, we're getting black pepper and geranium. And at the base, we're getting leather and vetiver. So, basically, at the start, at first, you get that grapefruit and that cannabis come through. So the grapefruit especially really brightens up that cannabis note and sort of makes it a bit clean. It's slightly fruity, very citrusy, very sort of ozonic if anything. And that seems to last about a good, well, about 10 to 20 minutes in terms of like the grapefruit itself, until the cannabis really comes through and it gives that real raw cannabis smell, like you're literally sitting there with a leaf or whatever and smelling it. It's pretty photorealistic. I'm actually surprised with that. And those top notes, they typically last about a good hour or so, but I find though that cannabis note sort of, it dies down, but it lingers a lot through the fragrance, at least for like that first 4 or 5 hours or so, you know. And you know, when it gets down to that black pepper and the geranium, I'm getting more of a, how should I say, more of like those green nuances to that geranium, like slightly rosy, but more of that greenness, and it sort of really sort of carries on with that cannabis note. And then you start to get like that leather and vetiver sort of come through, and it really sort of adds a bit of dryness to the fragrance. Anyway, like those heart notes, that geranium and that black pepper, sort of like last about like maybe 4 or 5 hours or so until it gets down to those base notes. But the black pepper, I noticed, like, you know, adds a nice sort of slightly spicy sort of nuance to the fragrance, but sort of like also adds to the dryness as well that you get from like the leather and the vetiver. Like you get a lot of greenness from this fragrance altogether, from, you know, the cannabis note, from the geranium, and from the vetiver. Altogether, I'm getting about 7 to 8 hours of longevity from this fragrance, which is not too bad. Although something about the fact that it's called Le Parfum sort of puts me off a little bit, because the thing is, I know it's an EDP, and for it to last 7 to 8 hours, yes, for an EDP, it definitely makes sense. You know, it's good for what it is. Now, the projection I get from this fragrance is about, I'd say, it was around an arm's length or so. It's nothing ridiculous. It's nothing sort of too intimate either. And it seems to last like about a good 2 to 3 hours before it starts getting closer to the skin. Now, let's get on to the price of this fragrance. So basically, for 50 ml in Australia, you're paying about $117 for it. And for 100 ml, it's $162. Also, let's get on to the versatility of this fragrance. So, look, I think this one could probably work all year round. You know, it has like that citrusy nuance to it. It's got like the dryness, you know, from like the leather and the vetiver. And that sort of like would help probably around the colder months and everything like that. You got the greenness, so that really sort of works all year round. And also in terms of who can wear it, I see this a bit more of a masculine fragrance, just especially because of the leather and the vetiver in there, because they are definitely strong in the mix, especially when they come out after those top notes sort of really fizzled out. But hey, it doesn't really matter if you're a male or female, wear what you want. It's all about choice. It doesn't matter. I've known a lot of females wear masculine fragrances, and the other way around, guys wearing very feminine fragrances. I'm pretty sure I got a couple in my collection as we speak. Yeah, I do. Now, the question is this, for me, bottle worthy? To be honest, no. Honestly, I really didn't like this one at all. And look, for the price that you're paying, okay, 100 mils, $167, it seems about right for a designer EDP fragrance that lasts as long as it does. But honestly, I found this one to be just, especially once that grapefruit note leaves, it's just, that cannabis is just so photorealistic, and it's just too much for my nose. And the dryness from like the leather and the vetiver, it honestly reminds me too much of Hugo Boss, what was it, Oud Saffron. It just had this dryness that was just way too much for my nose. It seriously started to make me feel like I was like getting like cotton mouth or something. It was just ridiculous. So as good as the first impression was, well, there you go. That was like the first 5 to 10 minutes of the fragrance being on my skin. And once it went beyond that, it's just like, that's when it, for me, it really reared its ugly head. And yet, no, I mean, I can't. No. This feels like a little bit, okay, very gimmicky, let's be honest. It's got the whole bad boy name in there. It feels like it's trying to be a bit edgy, and it doesn't really need to be. I've smelled other cannabis fragrances before, or at least like cannabis as like a star note in the fragrance, and they smelled so much better. And I don't know, this one just takes that whole sort of photorealistic approach to cannabis as a star note, just a little bit too far for me, honestly. I don't know. This is definitely something I can't do it. But hey, fragrances are a subjective matter. I might not like this, someone else might love this. So, it's all up to opinion. Anyway, guys, this has been my review for Carolina Herrera's Bad Boy Le Parfum. I hope you liked what you see and what you hear. If you do, please hit the like button and comment down below. If you've smelt this before, do you like it? If you haven't, hey, sound off in the comments. And hit that subscribe button and also notification bell for more fragrant videos like this straight to your feed. I hope you're doing well, guys. And remember, if you smell good, you feel good. Blessed be to you all, and I'll see you on the next video, guys.